This broadcast is a presentation of Wcxo Sports. Wcxo Sports. Since 1999, the sports voice of the Carlisle Indians, the Central Cougars, the Mater Dei Knights, and the Westland Warriors presents Talkin Sports on Max 96.7. Talkin Sports is powered by Wcxo Elevator in Centralia. See Wcxo for a variety of fertilizer, seed corn, and seed soybeans. Talkin Sports is brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Nordyke Funeral Home with 5 locations to serve your needs. Lee's Sports in Nashville. McKendree University in Lebanon. Country Financial Representative Marvin Gerdes in New Baden. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Here's the host of Talkin Sports, Rip Nottmeyer.
Good morning, everybody, and Happy New Year one more time. And welcome to Talkin Sports. Welcome also to the Weekman Ford Studio. This is Rip, and here we go for a Saturday morning. Here's our guest list for this morning. We'll talk hoops with Mater Dei Lady Knights coach Dave Conan. Later on, assault for college football with Carlisle native, a former Miami Hurricanes player, a national champ himself, Brad Coons. And, of course, on a Saturday, we always have the Easy on Travel Little Augies. Check that. The Easy on Travel Trivia Quiz. And today, you can wrap up a $15 gift certificate to Larry's West End in Bartelsville. But right now, it is Scores and Stuff, brought to you by Hoffman Auto Body, located just a mere 7 miles north of the city of Carlisle. If your car or truck needs some aid, need to get it purdied up, man, see Hoffman Auto Body. They'll take care of you. Let's begin with high school basketball. First of all, in a game heard here last night on Max 96.7 and Wcxo967.com from B. Gum Gym, Salem, the host Wildcats, they banked Carlisle 63-36. DeMond Crosby, he was pretty smooth. He tallied 24 for the Wildcats in the initial Cahokia Conference meeting between these two teams. Dawson Reinacher traced 17 for the Indians. And here's the other upside in last night's tilt. Tyler Seaver scored 11 for the Tribe to reach the 1,000 career points plateau. He's at 1,002 now. The point, number 1,000, came on a free throw late in the second period as he completed a three-point play. So congratulations to Tyler Seaver. He's in some great company at Carlisle High. Elsewhere, last evening, Columbia nudged Central 46-42. Central coach Jeremy Schubert was sidelined due to sickness. Camden Wimpy drained 15 for the Cougars. Westland trimmed Freeburg 49-46 behind Nate Brady's 15 points. Columbia leads the Cahokia with a 4-1 mark. The Warriors are next. They are 3-1, and they won 12 of 14 games on this season. In other games, there was Centralia 55, Cahokia 38. The Orphans bust out of a short tailspin behind Javon Williams Jr. and his 31 points. He must have been punishing last night. Mount Vernon won a Cahokia Conference game. They defeated Althoff. There are no great shakes this year, are they? 57-39 was the final. But the Rams won a league affair, and it's parade time in the King City. Finally, Pinckneyville booked Nashville 45-38. Bryce Bultman poured in 24 for the Hornets. Let's go to the National Football League because, well, this is the Oakland/Vegas Raiders. They're about to sign John Gruden to the longest coaching deal in league history, a 10-year deal approaching around $100 million. 100. They've called the news. Mark Davis has saved a lot of money by not getting haircuts over the years, so I guess that's where this money's coming from. They've called a significant news conference for Tuesday. They'll make the announcement then. Gruden, who coached Oakland from 1980 through 2001, has been working as an ESPN analyst, of course, and he replaces Jack Del Rio. He wasn't any good this year. He was real good last year. Gruden returns. I know you might find, in most cases, your better coaches are the ones who don't coach. Then all of a sudden they coach. They're no good anymore. Speaking of coaches, oh no, is there trouble in New England's paradise? ESPN, near-death ESPN, they say so. There's Brady and Belichick and owner Robert Kraft. Nobody's getting along. So let's see. The Patriots are still 13-3 and en route to another Super Bowl title. We shall see. There are job openings left in Arizona, Chicago, Detroit, Indianapolis, and in New Jersey with the Giants. Marvin Lewis gets a 2-year extension after 15 mostly woeful seasons and an 0-7 playoff mark. Can't fix stupid. It is wild card weekend, so if you're into that, if you're watching the NFL, it's your option. Have at it. Tennessee at KC and the Los Angeles Rams in Atlanta. We got Buffalo and Jacksonville, Carolina, and New Orleans, too. All of that action this weekend. Oh, here's the good stuff. Nielsen says NFL television ratings fell 9.7% during this 2017 regular 17 season. Now, a typical game was watched by 1.6 million fewer people this season as compared to last. And the drop comes after Goodell's, capital G, capital O, little o, capital D, E-L-L apostrophe. After Goodell's NFL had hoped to stem an 8% rating slide from last season. So, yeah, it's not just this season. They're at 18% or so from over the last 2 years in ratings decline. Last year, of course, they blamed it on the presidential election. Did that place take more than 1 day last year? What was it? Sunday, Monday, Thursday? When was that election? And this year the league was challenged with fans over, of course they're up and are, over protesting the national anthem. No kidding. Other factors include delusion of the product, a Thursday night. How long? There's always been a proliferation of games. All of these, I think America's winning. And so is Cleveland. Cleveland always wins, though. Cleveland rocks. It always wins. Among 0-degree temps in Cleveland today, there will be a parade. The long-suffering Browns fans are putting this on to celebrate their team's perfect 0-16 campaign. They couldn't win one. They only won one a season ago. The College Football National Championship will be decided Monday night at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, GA. It's Georgia and Alabama. We'll have a bunch on this with Brad Coons later on. Of course, Georgia won that double overtime thriller over number 2 Oklahoma Monday night. And in the last game, which went on and on and on because, 9 o'clock starts on the East Coast. Anyway, Bama split Clemson 24-6. So all of that is Monday night from Dixie. In a showdown with the top team in the Western Conference, the Blues snapped the Vegas Golden Knights 8-game winning streak with a 2-1 win at Scottrade Thursday. The Blues sweep all 3 games at home, despite scoring only 7 goals, and they couldn't score in a power play again. They're now ineffective in that capacity for 19 straight times. Carter Hutton, he's the guy. Look out, Jake Allen. Paul Stastny and Alexander Steen did score for the note in the win over Vegas. Steen has 427 points with the Blues now, and that ties in with Keith Tkachuk for 8th place on the all-time list. The Blues zipped to Philly for a noon face-off today. Vegas, they won last night. You can't keep, wow. They nipped Chicago 5-4, so the Golden Knights have still won 9 of 10 games, and they are points-wise the second-best team in all of hockey, and they're supposedly an expansion. We need to check that Barn-On date. Man, 58 points. Only Tampa Bay is ahead of them overall with 61. The Illini, basketball. They lost 77-67 Wednesday night at the Barn in Minnesota. They couldn't shoot straight. Not even, wow, they were 1 for 19 to open the game. And it's called basketball, and so they lose, and now they're 0-3 in league play, 10-6 overall, and they're in Ann Arbor this morning. It's an 11 o'clock tip against Michigan. Mizzou won their last outing. They host Florida at noon today. SIU with 9 healthy ball players trimmed Evansville 65-63 Wednesday night. The Salukis go to Valpo this afternoon. Evansville's Noah Frederking, the Oakville fave, had 2 points in around 15 minutes of action. SLU won. No, I was just kidding. They lost to Davidson 54-51 Wednesday. They're home for Richmond today. The Cougars did win a game Thursday, and they hustled to Morehead State this afternoon. Michigan State, the number one team in the country. One other Big Ten team. They're in the top 25, and that's it. Purdue. Colorado upset number 4 Arizona State last night, 90-81 in overtime. And the NBA was the Bulls. They're winning a few. Well, when you play Dallas, you got a crack at it. And it was a 127-124 victory for Chicago. The Greek Freak leads LeBron in All-Star balloting. Oh, no. Greg Popovich, 5th winningest coach now in NBA history. He's a supreme goofball as well, but that's just, and that's being very polite. Former Cardinals All-Stars Ryan Ludwig and Jason Isringhausen have joined the Cardinals minor league field staff. Ludwig will serve as minor league hitting instructor. That's great. And Izzy is the minor league pitching instructor along with Randy Neiman. All 7 managers retained. Let's see. Brian Eversgerd. Yes, Gertie's with the Cardinals as a bullpen coach, so they had to make a switch or two there. Speaking of bullpen coaches, Mark Pryor. He's the Dodgers' new pen coach there. Chris Maloney, the former Cardinals third base coach, has been named manager of the Double-A Mississippi Braves. So that's great. And Jason Simatachi, he was the Double-A pitching coach in Springfield. Mo this year, he's been named as the Royals' assistant minor league pitching coordinator. They seem to be good guys. Izzy, Southern Illinois guy, of course. The PGA is back. They've resumed. They are resuming right now their 2017-18 schedule in Hawaii. It's a shade warmer there. That's the Century Tournament of Champions, and through 2 days, Brian Harmon and Mark Leishman share first. The LPGA and seniors, those circuits are lagging behind. Eldrick Woods split with his swing instructor because nobody knows Eldrick like he does. He's a player coach. The best Eldrick. Could be tough sledding. I have a feeling. But whatever. All right, that scores and stuff. And it was brought to you by Hoffman Auto Body, located 7 miles north of Carlisle, just on the top of Carlisle. When your car or truck needs major repairs, minor repairs, whatever the case may be, look no further, man. Just go, call up, stop by, see Hoffman Auto Body, and they'll handle all of your needs. Coming up this morning, Dave Conan and also Brad Coons trivia, too. You want to win something from Larry? Stay tuned. All that and more ahead on Talking Sports for a Saturday morning. If you're looking for Nissan quality, be sure to check out what Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan and Centralia has to offer. Munkin's has the entire field covered with a great lineup of Nissans, including Maximas, Altimas, and Sentras, SUVs and crossovers, and Titan and Frontier trucks. And you can relax when you shop Munkin's because you know you're getting the better deal every time, along with terrific service after the sale. For your Nissan, log on to Munkin1.com, or better yet, visit Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in person, Route 161 West in Centralia. Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common-sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955.
When wearing contacts, you shouldn't even be able to feel them. If they're uncomfortable or feeling dry, come see us at Lebanon Optometric Center or Breeze Family Vision Center. We'll find the right contacts for you, whether it's multifocal, astigmatism, daily disposables, or hybrid lenses. Don't suffer through contacts that are just fine. We have all the major brands to choose from, and with locations in Breeze and Lebanon, if you damage or tear your contacts, we can replace them right away. Start seeing clearer today with a little help from Breeze Family Vision Center or Lebanon Optometric Center.
As a business owner, you know that every year brings new challenges and opportunities. The success of your business demands expertise and focus, and Country Financial can help you keep that focus by helping ensure you have the right insurance protection in place to meet your goals. Marvin Gertis, your Country Financial representative in New Baden, can help you create a customized insurance plan that has coverages designed just for your business. Call Marvin Gertis today, 588-7112. Coverages may vary by state. Policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Bloomington.
Do you mind if I turn on the radio?
The music is great, and it doesn't cost anything.
It's Max 96.7.
Welcome back, everybody, to Talking Sports on this Saturday morning. We're every Saturday morning, 9 to 10, and Monday and Wednesday nights, 6 until 7. What's the temp out there? About 6 or 7? Maybe 4, 5, 6, 7. little bit chilly. Yeah, here we go. Hey, it's time for some guests, and number one is on the board right now. Off we go on the H&H Computer Services guest line to Breeze for Modern Day Lady Knights basketball coach Dave Conan. Dave, welcome back.
Thank you for having me, Rep.
How's that bus? Is that bus started, and you getting that all warmed up?
Not yet. I think Bob is getting ready to start it up, and I'll drive it over there.
Okay, yeah. Those things can be, it'll be fine in a little bit. You're not taking off for a little while, but you have taken off for the new year on the court in good stead, as a matter of fact. You knocked off Althoff Wednesday night.
Right. We have been playing very well lately, and I think we won last 9 out of 10, so kids have made a really good progression, and I really like the way they're playing. 9 of 10, you nailed it, and you had won 5 in a row until an opening day loss at the Mascoutah Invitational. Let's slide back to that a little bit. You're 12-5 overall, but that was your only setback over at Mascoutah. It's always a talented field, and you lost to a very good Belleville East team. They're very good. They have speed. They have shooting ability. They have skills. They were a handful. They were a handful for everybody in the tournament.
And they must have put the pressure on you. I saw where they forced a lot of turnovers, especially early on when they zipped out to a 7-8-0 lead.
Right. We didn't adjust the way we wanted to, and that was my fault. And but we made adjustments the second half and played pretty well. And but the damage was done, and we had a hard time fighting back with them. They're so talented. 12
first half turnovers for the Lady Knights, but after that you kind of cruised, man. You ramped it up after that. You rolled, first of all, past the host Lady Indians, and then it was West and Althoff. Maybe let's take them in that order. Well, after Mascoutah anyway. Belleville West. My goodness, a 40-19 win over the Lady Maroons.
Yeah, they had one of their players out with a concussion, so that would have made a little better of a game. But our kids were not happy with the loss to Belleville East, so we decided we were going to go through the left-hand side of the bracket and show them just how good we were.
Yeah, and you first pounded Mascoutah. Everybody got into the scoring column, and Kara Winkler had 18 against West. She had 17 in the follow-up game in that Concy championship tilt against Althoff there, and you had some nice little spurts there, 8-0, 13-0 in the first 16 minutes of action. So a brisk win for you against Althoff, as you had on Wednesday night.
Yes, like I said, on both ends of the court, the kids are playing well. We made some changes on both the offensive, defensive end, and the kids have grasped it and really have taken off of it.
But I credit you and the kids, of course. You lose that first game, there's one of two ways you can go, but there's nothing wrong with, especially when you're meeting one of the very best clubs in the tournament off the bat. So you gathered in that Constellation Championship after that tough first game draw, and East is a tremendous team. And what's that say about O'Fallon as they poked East for the championship by 8 points?
Right. Belleville East had a rough way to go, too. They had to go through us and Central and Highland. So they had a rough way to go as well, and I think that kind of wore them down a little bit. And take away from O'Fallon. O'Fallon's a very good team too. But it was a tough tournament.
Our locals, your team, of course, the Lady Knights included, all did pretty well though. And when you add Highland to the mix, Highland took third over Oakville. Central gets fifth place as they crown Nashville in that game. Then you win the consolation title. So I know there are times when one or two of you are involved in the championship, third place, whatever, but still everybody did quite well over at Mascoutah.
Yeah, it shows just how tough that upper bracket was. Had East won their game, it would have been a sweep of the top bracket. So, that's the way it happens sometimes in tournaments.
Kiara Winkler, she notched a spot on the all-tournament team, the second squad, so congratulations to her.
Yes, and I've always told the kids that anytime anybody gets an alternate team, it's a credit to the whole team, and especially her as an individual, and she did a very good job throughout the whole tournament.
Others from around our area, Paige Caston and Madeline Tapey, Kate Lohman also, first team choices. I believe we missed out on all that, but well, except for Faye Meissner, I almost blew that. She was a first team choice, so everybody did well in that regard too. And Kiera Jr., she's just been one of your really steady players from the opening gun through now for your team all year long.
Well, I like the balance of our team.
You've got that, yes.
We got very good balance, and one night it might be Kiera, next night it might be Maya, next night it might be Shannon, it could be Sierra, it could be Abby. It just depends on who's hot and who's and the kids are really picking up on that and finding out who's hot and making sure they get the ball.
That's a real strong five, and that's why you've parlayed a lot of victories, especially late. Sierra is your leading three-point gunner there with 18 makes. But, yeah, Kiera at 13.3 according to the stats I have. And then Maya's also 10 a game, Shannon Lampy 8. And each of them right in the mix there in rebounds and assists and so forth. So it's a good flavor there. You got it going the right way right now, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, when you get something like that, and I think the biggest thing for us is our turnovers have gone way down. Other than the Valvoline game, I mean, we've almost cut them in half. And our shooting percentage is going up, and our defensive points are going down. And the one stat that we always try to secure every game is we want to make more free throws than the other team shoots. And for the most part, that's happened for the last probably 8 out of 10 games.
A lot of good trends, Dave. And you've got at least two, it looks like, players well above 70% and another one around 65 from that charity stripe.
We're starting to hit those as well. I mean, at first we were kind of a little bit off on that. We were in that 60% range. Now as a team, we're hitting them much better. And the stat I always look for is free throws in the last quarter.
Yeah.
And especially on tight games. And I believe it was the Highland game. I think we were 8 for 9 in the final quarter.
Yeah, it's tough to punch them through once in a while at the end. You're tired, little nerves set in once in a while. So, hey, are you going? How deep are you coming off that bench, Dave?
We've been going 2 or 3 off the bench. We're trying to develop that even more if we can. It's just it's just a progression. I mean, we're a very young team. We only have one senior, and so some of the kids coming off the bench are freshmen and sophomores. So trying to develop them in the JV level a little bit more so that they can come off the bench and help us. We've got some good guard play off the bench with Lainey Kramer and Madeline Streaker, and then we also have I know in the Althoff game over at Mascoutah, Meredith Innes and J.C. Weeder both hit threes as post players. So, and then we bring the freshman in once in a while, Sally Albers. So it's trying to find out what's going to be right for the right mix as we go down the stretch.
And how does Sally look in these varsity games?
She looks all right. She's a freshman and she's learning learning a different type of defense and different type of offense and playing against teams that are much tougher than what she was used to in grade school. So
yeah.
It's just a work in progress with all these kids, and we like the way they're progressing. Period.
But you need all the bullets you can muster. You've faced a tough schedule, and you've got a bunch of solid opponents coming up today. You have Waterloo on today's menu, and you make the trip over there. What about their club?
Well, I haven't had a chance to scout them, but I know that they play hard. They're scrappy. I know their record doesn't indicate what they're capable of. But we kind of go into every game like this is. I always tell the kids this is the best team we're going to play today, so we play them that way and play them hard.
And just around the corner, we take a peek at the Highland Invitational. Those pairings have come out in that 16 bracket event, and you will trip it against Taylorville on day one.
Right. I have a few tapes on them, but I haven't looked at them yet. But I know we had a 6-point game with them last year, and So we're not taking them for granted by any means. And then we're in the bracket with O'Fallon as well. So that's going to be a tough tournament as well, because at the bottom of our bracket, I believe, is Teotopolis and Highland sitting down there.
Right.
So
and O'Fallon's in
no
that
matter
bottom.
who you get, it's going to be, this is one of them tournaments. If you can get 4 games, then you've done well.
A lot of challenges, huh? A lot of tough opponents
Every day
in the
you come
past.
out here. Yeah.
All right, Dave, we'll appreciate it. Get that bus warm and stay warm, and hit some shots today, and good luck.
Thank you very much for having me.
We'll see you. Dave
All right.
Coleman from the Breeze MD Lady Knights Hoops team on Talking Sports. We need to pause again for some important commercials. Listen up to our very fine sponsors, of course, and then we'll rebound with trivia.
Southern Bus and Mobility is your Brawnability dealer in Breeze. Brawnability features the broadest lineup of wheelchair-accessible vehicles with more brands, entry types, features, and price points than any other manufacturer in the industry. See for yourself at Southern Bus and Mobility why a new or certified pre-owned wheelchair-accessible Brawnability vehicle is the only way to go. Call 526-4131 or stop by just east of Breeze on Old Route 50.
McKendree University is a great place to continue your sports career. It's also a great place to continue your education. McKendree offers a wide range of degrees, including master's degrees in business, nursing, education, and professional counseling. If you'd like, you can access McKendree's quality education through the flexibility of online degrees. To learn more about McKendree, log on to McKendreeOnline.com or call 1-800-BEARCAT. McKendree University is ready when you are.
Hi, this is Jay Barker, National Championship quarterback for the Crimson Tide of Alabama. You're listening to Max 96.7.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate.
What? Is this real? Hey, yo, sir. Do you know what I'm about to pay for gasoline?
With the Fuel Rewards Network program, you won't believe how much less you can pay for your fill-up at participating Shell stations.
Look at that.
Just shop through FuelRewards.com and dine at participating restaurants to earn rewards. Then, use your Fuel Rewards Network card at Shell and save. Want to pay less for fuel? Sign up free at FuelRewards.com. Restrictions apply. Limit 20 gallons per purchase per vehicle. For information on rewards expiration and other details, see FuelRewards.com.
Welcome to our music warehouse. Lucky you're not the one who has to refile all these CDs. Playing everything.
You've got Max 96.7.
You've got us, and in particular, this is Rip in the Weedman Ford studio on Talking Sports. We're framing it for a Saturday. Did I just hear from Jay Barker? Did we just hear Jay Barker? He was on our show 8 years ago now. Right at national championship time. So I admire him. He was for 2 reasons. Number one, well, maybe not in this order, but he was a very good quarterback, and also he married Sarah Evans. Yeah, Sarah Evans. The time is 9:29. That time drop is Spill Due by Breeze Furniture and Jan's Uniforms. Let's dig into trivia.
It's time for the Easy In Travel Trivia Quiz on Talkin' Sports. Escape to paradise with Easy In Travel and Breeze. Call 526-2201.
I admire Sarah Evans. Yep. Our number is 594-2576, 594-2576. She's a Missouri girl. Here we go. You're eligible to play unless you or someone in your household has won in the last 8 weeks. Number 2, you cannot be affiliated with or related to here. Anyone here at Max 96.7 or Easy In Travel, or for today, Larry's West End Tavern in Bartelzo. Larry and Joyce are partying with a $15 gift certificate. Thank you I was just there Thursday and pocketed some chicken, and all the selections are great, but it's all good. If you win, you got to pick up the prize within 30 here at the studio, or we turn her over again. 594-2576. Here's the question. It's on college football, oddly enough. Which team has won a college football playoff game by the largest point spread? Alabama, Clemson, or Oregon? Name the team from those three, of course, that's bagged a CFP tilt by the widest margin. Is it Alabama, Clemson, or Oregon? Oregon. No, it's Oregon. Give us a call at 594-2576. Call 594-2576, and you could be richer in terms of a $15 gift certificate from the Larry's West End Tavern in Bartelso.
Nordyke Funeral Home is thinking about your future and offers secure, pre-planned funeral arrangements, relieving the emotional burden for those you love, allowing you to express your own wishes, and assures peace of mind with financial concerns when your family needs it the most. Nordyke Funeral Home has 5 locations in Albers, Aveston, Breeze, New Baden, and now Carlisle. Visit NordikeFuneralHome.com or call 588-3533. Striving to earn your family's confidence and trust, Nordyke Funeral Home with 5 locations.
Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best. Call Imming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Imming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tim Draghi, a general dentist from Breeze, Illinois, who sedates patients with pills. I treat a lot of patients who have not been to the dentist in 10 to 20 years. Most had a bad experience as a child. Others are embarrassed to go or are concerned the dentist will scold them. We know these feelings are real and believe in listening to your problems and concerns. I will do all of this without putting you down or making you feel guilty. My team and I want to make a difference in the way you feel about dentistry. Please call me, Dr. Tim Draghi, at 526-2020 to schedule an appointment, or look at our website at breezedentalcare.com, where sedation dentistry is an option for you to take care of your teeth without anxiety.
Are you looking for a happy dental home? Dr. Draghi and Dr. Santel are in-network providers with many insurance companies and have what you are looking for. New patients welcome and most emergencies seen immediately. Get back on the right track to good dental health with Breeze Dental Care. Call 526-2020. That's 526-2020.
We tell you our music library contains an embarrassment of riches. Except nothing embarrasses us. Playing everything.
This is Max 96.7.
Hello, sports fans. Rip here in the Weedman Ford studio on a Saturday. Did our phone line just freeze up, Ben? I better give this another try here. Here's trivia again, because so far we've been blank. 594-2576, 594-2576 is the number to call to get your shot in for a $15 gift certificate from Larry's West End in Bartelso. Here we go. Here's the question. Pocket it and answer it. Which team has won a college football playoff game by the largest point spread? Is it Alabama, Clemson, or Oregon? Bama, Clemson, or Oregon? Dial up that number, 594-2576, and you could win a 15 from Larry's West End. We have Brad Coons on tap. We're going to talk college football with him. Monday night, 2 of our guests include Central Cougars basketball coach Jeremy Schubert. Get well there, coach. And from McKendree, the legendary Harry Statham. We'll have somebody for scores and stuff that night. And Wednesday, we've got one locked up in Westland girls basketball coach Ben Crawford. All of this stuff now live on Max 96.7 and Wcxo967.com, and also on delay at riptalkinsports.com. Options. Come on in on trivia if you like. It's still wide open. In the meanwhile, we'll take a turn and come on back and talk football with Brad Coons. You don't want to miss that.
If you're an athlete, coach, official, or fan, you need Lee Sports in Nashville. Lee Sports has it all for teams and individuals. From uniforms, shoes and equipment, to coaches apparel and officials gear. And Lee Sports carries name brands like Under Armour, Mizuno, Rawlings, and Adidas. Lee Sports also stocks a complete line of spirit wear and offers screen printing and custom embroidery, plus trophies, awards, and personalized items. Lee Sports in Nashville, your complete sporting goods headquarters.
companies are hiring again. That's good news. Bad news, you don't have the skills they're looking for. Kaskaskia College can fix that. KC's welding technology program can set you up with the skills industries are looking for. More good news, classes are available at KC's Trenton Center or Crisp Technology Center. Call Sean Morris at 545-3406. The demand is there, the pay is there. Where are you? Kaskaskia College, your future starts here. This broadcast is a presentation of Wcxo Sports. Wcxo Sports is brought to you by the Benoff Insurance Agency in Breeze and Trenton, Breeze Dental Care, K&J Chevrolet, Reverman Chiropractic and Spinal Rehabilitation and Breeze Motor Sales, Southern Bus and Mobility, Kaskaskia College, the First National Bank of Carlisle, Reekman Brothers John Deere, St. Joseph Hospital Breeze, Med Plus Physical Medicine and Brett's Wildlife Lodge, Legacy Place, State Farm Insurance Agent Steve Klosterman and Hardy's locations in Breeze and Carlisle, Breeze Family Vision, Tempo Bank, Country Financial Representatives Keith Wilkin and Teresa Richards, and Area CC Food Marts. WCXO Sports since 1999, the sports voice of the Carlisle Indians, the Central Cougars, the Mater Dei Knights, and the Westland Warriors.
I'd like to start a campaign to blow the buttons off people's radios. Is that realistic?
This is Max 96.7.
Hello. We do have a problem, Houston. At the moment, anyway. We have two problems. Well, I could tack on a few personal, but we're having trouble getting a hold of Brad Coons, and nobody can call into us either. It's shut out. It's froze out. I even tried myself, and we're getting somehow voicemail on our phone line, 594-2576, which explains a lot in terms of not getting any answers for trivia for Larry's West End Tavern. You can keep trying, of course, at 594-2576. Maybe we'll split the atom there sometime. And again, we're trying to get a hold of Brad Coons, too. And I don't know. Maybe this is 0 degree stuff. I've texted him and all this. But we have an issue right about now. All right. So far, we've heard from Dave Conan. Checking with Ben now. Still voicemail from Brad. I'm at a loss because, I am. Is anybody smart out there? Ben's actually incredibly smart with all this stuff. I just think it's flat phone issues. Well, obviously, nobody can get through to us, apparently. I couldn't either, and all that. And now we're having, we can't smoke out Brad there. Okay. Let's take another time out. We'll use one more, we'll go over the limit. And then we'll return with something, hopefully with Brad Coons. This is Talking Sports on Saturday morning. If you're looking for Nissan quality, be sure to check out what Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan and Centralia has to offer. Munkin's has the entire field covered with a great lineup of Nissans, including Maximas, Altimas, and Sentras, SUVs and crossovers, and Titan and Frontier trucks. And you can relax when you shop Munkin's because you know you're getting the better deal every time, along with terrific service after the sale. For your Nissan, log on to Munkin1.com, or better yet, visit Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in person, Route 161 West in Centralia. Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common-sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955.
When wearing contacts, you shouldn't even be able to feel them. If they're uncomfortable or feeling dry, come see us at Lebanon Optometric Center or Breeze Family Vision Center. We'll find the right contacts for you, whether it's multifocal, astigmatism, daily disposables, or hybrid lenses. Don't suffer through contacts that are just fine. We have all the major brands to choose from, and with locations in Breeze and Lebanon, if you damage or tear your contacts, we can replace them right away. Start seeing clearer today with a little help from Breeze Family Vision Center or Lebanon Optometric Center.
As a business owner, you know that every year brings new challenges and opportunities. The success of your business demands expertise and focus, and Country Financial can help you keep that focus by helping ensure you have the right insurance protection in place to meet your goals. Marvin Gertis, your Country Financial representative in New Baden, can help you create a customized insurance plan that has coverages designed just for your business. Call Marvin Gertis today, 588-7112. Coverages may vary by state. Policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Bloomington.
Do you mind if I turn on the radio?
The music is great and it doesn't cost anything.
It's Max 96.7.
Hello. Welcome back, everybody. We're up here in the Weekman Ford studio. Well, we did do scores and stuff. We have had Dave Conan, and now things have went blank. Somebody's playing tricks with us on the phone lines. No luck with Brad Coons, and nobody can get into our system here at 594-2576 for trivia and so forth. So what's a person to do, you know? I could sing and dance, and I do quite well as a singer, and I dance especially well on the radio. But are we ready, Ben? We may have to go to the archives here, at least for a time. Chances are it's going to be longer because I don't like the outlook, but we'll dip into the archives. Unfortunately, if we can get a hold of Brad, or if you can get through on trivia, by gosh, go ahead and do it. Otherwise, we're going to go back to June 22nd of 2016. We haven't had to do this for a long time, but this is there, and it's Germantown native and Memphis Redbirds groundkeeper Ben Young. Let's begin with that. And to set the record straight right off the first at bat, you are the head groundskeeper at AutoZone Park, correct?
Yeah, set the record straight.
Well, yeah, we want to get it right. I mean, that's why you get. There's a big, slice and pay from the head job to the second in command there. So we don't want to shortchange you.
Sure, yeah.
What is it, Ben? Your second year at Memphis?
Yeah. I'm in the middle of my second season here, and I couldn't be happier to be here. It's a lot of fun, working for the Cardinals organization, and it's been going good.
Yeah, and you're much, in a way, you're a lot like a player, right? You're moving up the chain of command there. I mean, before that, Hey, we are back, and we are fully loaded, not on trivia through our lines. They're snookered right now, but we have good news for sure as we hop on that H&H Computer Services guest line up to an even, no doubt, colder Central Illinois for Plano Reapers football coach and former Miami Hurricanes player. He's still Carlisle's own Brad Coons. Brad, how you doing this morning?
Hey, Rip, how's it going?
Hey, just fine. Welcome back to Talking Sports, and we're going to mount just about all of this talk this morning on the college football scene. Let's start with Monday's semis, Brad, and my picks both lost. Just, truth of, wow. But let's go to the very top. Actually, let's start with that later game. Alabama upended Clemson, and it was Bama's defense to the rescue. They rocked the Tigers, didn't they?
Yeah, it seemed like all night Clemson had no idea what to do. I mean, everything that they did, Alabama had an answer for it, and they just kind of showed why they've been the most dominant team for a pretty long period of time.
The defenders scored 2 touchdowns in a matter of about 15? Actually, I think it was 13 seconds to be exact.
And then they came back to rub it in their eye with the defensive lineman going and catching a touchdown pass at the goal line. Isn't
that something? Yeah, and they sacked Kelly Bryant 5 times.
That's a lot. I mean, it's tough when you put that much pressure on them and you have the athletes to cover the receivers. I mean, it's a recipe for success, and that's, if you give, they say it on TV all the time, you give Nick Saban time to prepare, he's going to prepare, and it's going to be ugly for the other team.
It turns out and he had 5 weeks to prepare this time. So, and the overall, Clemson was held to 188 yards, 260 below its season average. It's just pretty remarkable. I never saw this coming, man. The Tigers, pretty potent.
Yeah. And it was kind of a revenge game for Alabama. And, I think maybe Clemson feeling like, hey, we just won our conference. We just, we're rolling just like last year. It's going to be the same outcome. I mean, in college, we talk about, in high school having 15, 16, 17-year-olds that, we're trusting to be ready for a game. Well, 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds aren't much better. So it's a thing where if somebody thinks that they're a little overconfident or they're going to go and just win the game, it doesn't always turn out that way.
Meanwhile, Brad, Monday's opener was definitely incredible entertainment. And Georgia made the second half. It was quite a rush for them. They nipped Oklahoma in double overtime. 54-48 was the final.
Yeah, that was really an incredible game. And it's great to see that Georgia, I always feel like Georgia was a team that was always ranked high at the beginning of the year. And, they're always a team that gets to the SEC championship game and they lose. And this year they won. Obviously, they didn't have to play Alabama at that time, but now they do.
Sony Michel, he was quite a force for him, wasn't he? I think he had a fumble there, but overriding, he was terrific.
Absolutely, and they have a young team, and they have a lot of tools. I mean, I was a big fan of Jacob Eason, who started the season as their quarterback, and he went down with an injury, and this freshman came in and just had a awesome season for them. So I mean, they're gonna have a lot of good years to come.
But and you're a coach, so but Brad, the squib kick thing at the end of the first half, and I said it, I don't understand this, man. Oklahoma's up by 17. They're in great, just kick it deep. And what are the chances of them running it back or getting a 50 to 60 yard return? They gave them 3 points and turned that mo the other way.
Yeah, that's one of those things that, probably 9 out of 10 times it works and nobody says anything about it. But the time that it doesn't work, it definitely costs you like that. And, that was a huge momentum shift.
Exactly.
And I think that, obviously Oklahoma has weapons and, they kind of probably thought they kick it deep, they give them a better chance to go down and score. But obviously that didn't work as planned.
I don't know. In all sports, coaches, managers in baseball, it seems like they need to, curb their enthusiasm, curb their brilliance a little bit, and just play it straight and do the obvious thing. But Baker Mayfield, his team did lose. He comes out, as the losing QB, but he was spectacular, especially in that first half. And, man, he was the obvious choice for the Heisman, right?
What a heck of a ball player.
I mean, know it.
He's kind of controversial. He gets a little riled up and does some things, and that happens. But I mean, to go from being a walk-on at Texas Tech and then transferring to Oklahoma to be a walk-on, and then all of a sudden here you are, a Heisman Trophy winner. I mean, and all because he's short. I mean, that's I think the biggest thing that I've learned in the last 5 years is, and I didn't realize this when I was at college, fortunately, but the biggest thing I learned in the last 5 years is coaches are coaches. I mean, if they're at the high school level, they're at the college level, I mean, they're all human, and, there are a few that are really good, but there are some that are just, recruiting-wise, evaluation-wise, they don't know what they're doing. And it's just, they just go on a hunch, and I think that with Baker Mayfield, you see a prime example of that.
I read something on him the other day. When he went into high school, he was 5'2", 130 pounds. And he got his break his junior year, the starting quarterback. I think he got hurt maybe the first game, and he was up to 5, maybe 8 or 9 by then, whatever. But, yeah, and that's one of the things. He's played with the chip since the first day he walked into high school, really.
And that'll do a lot for you.
Yeah, and he's, anyway, a tremendous talent there. But who were your choices in the semis, incidentally? Because, of course, I was 0 for 2.
I kind of thought it could go either way. I was pretty confident Alabama was going to win. But the Oklahoma-Georgia game, I like both teams. So I was kind of just hoping for a good game, and that's what we got, So, I don't really think I had a pick. I kind of thought that Oklahoma would win, that Baker Mayfield would pull it out, but I'm glad to see Georgia having success.
Did the committee get it right with these 4 teams? I don't think anybody questions Clemson, Oklahoma, and Georgia. And I like watching Bama play, and I'm okay with Nick Saban too. But I just love the 14 playoff and 1 to 8 and everything else. But I would have slotted either Ohio State or USC before Bama. I think USC's strength of schedule. They talk about Bama. The SEC was lousy this year, except for the top 3 teams, and the Big Ten had overall better than. I just think Ohio State, Wisconsin especially, they got stiffed all year. The Big Ten really got snubbed, and I think there's something wrong about. In the case of Alabama, they didn't even play the last weekend, and so they didn't have a chance to win or lose a conference championship game. And in fact, they backed in, and Nick Saban 2 or 3 years ago said the same thing. He said the conference that should count for something. Well, it didn't this year, and he's fine with it. So,
yeah, I mean, there's tons of examples. I mean, even back when it was BCS, I mean, there were teams that didn't play in their conference championship game, and they still made it to the BCS championship game. I mean, it was, I think when we played Nebraska, I don't think they won their conference championship. And I think they had one loss, and it was to Colorado, and Colorado won the Big 12 championship. So it was one of those situations where everybody else had 2 losses, so a 1-loss team still gets in.
Well, I love this playoff stint, but I do want to see it expand. It is going to happen in due time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a moneymaker. I mean, there's no doubt that they're going to follow the money. And, hey, if we have 8 bowl games with championship implications here or whatever, I mean, it's going to be a bigger thing. So, and I mean, the FCS, they've been doing this all along and having success.
Exactly. Every level does.
And there are people that talk about, like, how it affects their finals and their class schedule and all this stuff, and it really has nothing to do with that. I mean, there is nothing affected by that at all. I mean, the finals are done at the beginning of December, so I mean, you don't go back to school till late January, so there's a whole window there where you can have your playoffs. I don't see why that would be any issue with anybody.
And it's a game a week. We have college basketball, a constant thing, and baseball, and on and on. So Carlisle High grad and a national champion, Brad Coons, is with us. We're lucky to we've had some phone issues here. I think the cold weather's zapped a few things, Brad. But so what's your outlook now on Monday's title game? It's an all-SEC tussle that I'm not sure how that's going to – not that I really care about the ratings. I think it's going to do well, but just the game in particular, what's the key to victory? First of all, with for those Georgia Bulldogs, what's it going to take for them to beat Bama?
I think they got to carry on some of that aggressiveness they had against Oklahoma on offense. I see Alabama's defense and what they did to Clemson, and how are you going to handle Nick Saban's pressure and all that. I think that's kind of the key, is being able to handle the pressure and getting those running backs involved early on and establishing a run game and just kind of trying to keep Alabama with balance. And even though they need to be aggressive, I would say it would benefit Georgia to shorten the game, try to control the ball and run the clock. And Alabama's just going to be Alabama. I mean, that's their key to victory, is just be themselves and don't try to do too much. Just be simple. And, I saw a stat online somewhere that Alabama has 69 4- and 5-star recruits. And that's almost twice as much as anybody else. And, the big thing that, when we had our success at Miami, the biggest thing we did was, we were simple. We just let our football players go out and play football, and
True.
We didn't complicate things too much. We didn't want people overthinking, and when you have the power that Alabama has, just go out and do simple things really well and run people over. that's going to be the key for them, and I expect that's what Nick Saban will do.
But Nick Chubb and Sony Michel, that's now the most prolific running back duel in college football history.
Yeah,
impressive.
It's very impressive. The thing that gets skewed right now with the stats is, like when we were in the early 2000s, you played 11 games, you played 12 games.
Makes a difference.
They were talking about how big deal Wisconsin won 13 games. Well, looking back, how many years that they play 13 games.
Oh yeah, you can do a lot.
You know
with
what I mean?
stats,
So
right?
It's it's one of those things. It's just the stats are going to get inflated, and it's going to become more of a one of those things where it's you need to go to per game stats instead of overall stats. Because I mean, shoot, you put 2 more games into the NFL season, everybody's going to break records. So
yeah, there's a lot you can do with statistics, indeed. But here, Jake Fromm, the bottom line, he's good enough, right? He's in the same position that Hurts was in a season ago.
Yeah, he's pretty legit, and
he was going to go to Bama, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So a coaching.
Yeah, because he's from Alabama.
Coaching change and so forth.
Yeah, because Lane Kiffin left, so he stayed at Georgia. So, I think it's going to be pretty cool for him. I like that he goes by Jake from State Farm or whatever. I don't know what his Twitter is, but it's something like Jake from State Farm, which is kind of funny.
I'll have to check that out. Brad Coos for a few more minutes here on Talking Sports. Yes, you are a Miami alum. When did you win that championship again, Brad?
2001.
2001. Oh, this was what Shockey and company was. Just an amazing team. I will say a little controversial at times too with the characters there, but the talent was you can't scan over that.
Yeah, and I think that team. I think that the difference with that team is that we weren't the controversial characters. We just were out having fun, and we were doing things the right way and being classy. And we probably would have loved to have a turnover chain, but that idea didn't make it at that point. And I could just see Ed Reed running around with the turnover chain, and pretty cool. But yeah, we had a good squad, and
you would have looked good in a turnover chain there, Brad. So. You have to get you one of those, huh? You have to.
Yeah, I thought about it. They're expensive right now. I don't know. We'll see.
Get somebody to gift you one. The Canes, tell you what, they were in running for a good while and finished up at 10-2. So prospects look good for next year and beyond.
I'm excited about moving on, but it's just hilarious to me because I've always said Mark Richt, and I kind of referenced this earlier when I was talking about Georgia. Mark Richt will win you 10 games, and then the season's over. Like that's what it always seems. And this year they won 10 games, and they lost the last 3. So, I think he's doing a phenomenal job, and it feels good to be excited about watching them again, and be excited about the successes they're having. And I really like the guys we have coming back. And I mean, we had a guy who started quarterback this year that his job is going to be on the line in the spring because they're bringing in some of the top quarterback recruits in the country. So, I'm secretly hoping that they somehow get Eason from Georgia since he's not really going to be used anymore. But no telling if that'll happen or not.
Yeah, so that's right. They ended up 10-3 to be precise. There to tons of coaching, and now all the players they're heading for the NFL, and you can't blame most of them. Some big time quarterbacks have just announced their intent. Sam Darnold and Rosen and Lamar Jackson, last year's Heisman Trophy winner. But I think, they've all got a chance to fare pretty well over time at least.
Hey, I think the great thing about it is none of them were people that held out of their bowl game. I mean, except for Rosen. Rosen held out, but
that was questionable, right? Concussion, maybe? I don't know.
Well, I think the thing was, like, a month earlier, he gave a big speech about, like, I'm playing in my bowl game for my players and all this stuff, and it was on the media, and then here he is, I have a concussion, and I got to sit out. So it's a little questionable, but other than that, I mean, the thing that was making me aggravated was hearing the media refer to this as an era where guys sit out of bowl games for the NFL draft. There's only been 2 guys that did it. I mean, it's not an era. It's a thing that happened once.
But I think everybody, including me, expected it to keep happening because once that tide, man, turns, it seems like it just gets flushed all the way through.
Yeah, but I think it also now it's a character thing, and I think the NFL teams will respect that. Hey, this kid's playing through this. He's tougher than a kid that's not going to. So I think
the way I would look at it, yeah. I mean, why not just lap off the 10th and 11th games of the season too if they don't mean anything? So,
right.
I'm glad they're playing as well. So, hey, we're toward the end here. Your Reapers, you're in off-season mode now up at Plano?
Yep, I'm actually getting ready for track season because I'm the track coach.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually the bowling coach. But
the bowling coach? What's your average? Or
my average?
Maybe
I don't know what my average is.
Okay.
I bowled a 243 by accident one day. But,
Count that. We'll just go with that.
We'll go with that.
Yeah,
so.
or at least, maybe divvy 205, something like that.
Yeah, we'll go with that. So, but
that's good.
We got track season coming up, and I'm really excited about that. And then most of our teams on that, so that'll kind of be our off season.
Track and football, wrestling and football, that can go hand in hand. Okay, so I'm gonna try and recover here. I'm going Georgia. I never bet against Bama and Saban. I'm doing it twice. I'm gonna go Georgia 17, Alabama 13. How about you?
Ooh, I like that. I think I'm gonna stick with Alabama.
I don't blame you.
And I'm gonna go Bama 24, Georgia 13.
24-13. Okay, if I win, I'll come back for a prize.
All right.
Real quick, how's your family and those twins and all there, Brad?
They're good. They were running around with my cell phone. That's why I was late to get on the air.
They were.
Yeah, I could catch them.
Okay, very good. Well, I'm glad we caught up with you for almost our entire allotted time. You've had a lot of people listening this morning, and I'll be in touch because now we're on delay, you might say, a couple different places as well, so they can crank that up. I'll get with you in that so all the bosses up north can hear you too.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks, Brad. We'll see you later. Talk to you later.
All right, take care.
Brad Coons, our thanks to him, our eventual thanks to him. So the kids, they probably can do all the games on there. Thanks to Brad, thanks to Dave Conan. Monday night is Jeremy Schubert and Harry Statham. We'll stop with that. Tonight there's basketball in the air for Mater Dei. It's Alton Marquette, the Explorers against the Knights. No trivia winner, I'm sorry to say this morning, because our phone line went blank. It petered out on us. So we'll put Larry's up for grabs again next week, okay? Happens. At least we got the guest on, which is all important, number one priority and all that. That's it. We'll see you Monday night between 6 and 7 on Talking Sports, Real Sports Talk on Max 96.7 Wcxo.
Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7 was powered by Mako Elevator in Centralia. See Mako for a variety of fertilizer, seed corn, and seed soybeans. Talkin' Sports was brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Nordyke Funeral Home with 5 locations to serve your needs. Lee's Sports in Nashville. McKendree University in Lebanon. Country Financial Representative Marvin Gerdes in New Baden. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Thank you for joining us for this WCXO sports presentation of Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7. This broadcast was a presentation of WCXO Sports.